Welcome aboard, everybody, and welcome back to Legendary Dragoon. And today we start Disc 4. I went on a very long tangent about the game in the last episode. I'm sorry if y'all don't like watching those. Y'all are more than welcome to skip them. I'm just kind of giving my views and opinions. This is kind of really where this part of the game is where I really start to get like, really nerded out about it. Not that the whole game is not a masterpiece. Clearly, I'm coming back and playing it multiple times throughout my life. But I just have a lot of thoughts and opinions, especially having read a ton of other fans' theories and lore and all this. So I really like giving what I think is my viewpoint, and a pretty well-rounded viewpoint. But feel free to skip those if you don't want to listen to that. You just want to watch me kill things and explain and show the story off. But that being said, we're going to start on the Death Frontier. This is, I believe, the longest or the largest dungeon in the game, and it is confusing. I currently have a map of the dungeon pulled up in front of me to make sure I get everything that I want in this area. There are several very powerful items here, and this place is a maze, and that's why it's called the Death Frontier, because if you get lost, you're dead. You're dead. So this is the top screen. This is kind of your point of reference. I'm going to show y'all where to go for the most important items. Not all the items, because some of them I just don't care about, like the healing items that you can get. They're okay. Then the second half has the best weapon, like the best items, so we're gonna kind of speed run that. But for reference, this is the first save point and the exit to the first cave. But you'll get what I'm saying. So this is just like Helena. Enemies chase and follow you. The biggest thing you have to worry about are the enemies spawning on top of you, like this dude, the land shark, sandworm. So this is Dune. We're in Dune now. Don't worry about it. In fact, it very heavily is inspired by the Dune worms. And then there are these giant sand pits that will suck you down into the cavern below each area, and if you mess up, you get booted all the way back to the entrance. And if you don't know where you're going, this is probably the dungeon that will make you hate this game. And I fully understand why, because as a little kid, I probably would have never gotten out of here without looking up a guide as a child, because holy crap, this dungeon is confusing. You either had to draw. What I heard a lot of people did was they drew a map out as they played the game, and that makes so much more sense. So we're gonna go back this way. I'll show you all some of the enemies. The sand pits do slow you down when you get close to them. I think these are called flying cactuses? Maybe? What are these called? They're just called cactuses. I think flying cactus is a little bit more appropriate, since, they are doing that. But the Death Frontier is another amazing place to level up, because there are places to heal throughout this dungeon, and the enemies infinitely spawn. And so if you can find one of the screens that the sandworms spawn in, those guys are super easy to farm. They're not super difficult. They don't have a lot of HP. They give decent XP for a one monster encounter, and sometimes you can have two in the fight. And so it's very easy to just to post up outside one of these healing areas and grind and grind and grind and grind and grind and grind. But I mean, they give 72 gold per fight. So I mean, if you're really grinding for like some of those super high tier like items, this isn't a horrible spot. And then they give decent experience. But so we're gonna do our best to avoid the monsters. So I'm not gonna like I said, I'm not gonna show y'all where every single item is. Oh no. But I'm going to just show you where a couple are. This is, this is a healing item, so we'll keep going. If you ever get lost, fall down one of the sand pits and it will take you to where you are going. All right, you need to go this way and then... Okay, so we go up one more, and that should take us to... Oh. So if you fall in certain sand pits in the overworld, you land in this cave down below. Thank God, the ground was not hard. Giggity. Where are we? Who could imagine there's such a place under the ground of the desert? It must be a cavity created when the water dried up. The world is going on without knowing anything. Without knowing until the end. I wonder if this little world has experienced an end like that. It's not determined yet that our world will end. That's true. We're still here. Damn, Albert, you ain't got to get philosophical. So this is a healing rain, really good item to pick up. That little spring of water right there is one of the healing zones I mentioned, so you can technically stay up above and then drop, and once you find the right spot, drop down and heal up. I don't recommend it. There's a much better spot. There are no enemies in the caves, so don't worry about running into encounters there. But those are the items that I really wanted. So now I'm going to show y'all how to get to the quickest way to the exit of the first area. That other treasure chest is a moon serenade, so it gives everybody their magic back. If you use a lot of magic, totally worth it. Go grab. Where I got the healing breeze, if you go to the sand pit on the left side, you'll drop down to the moon serenade. I think. Yes. And then I'll show you where to drop down to get to that first spring in a second, but it's not really worth it. Like I said, because like the very next screen, you find a better healing spot. Also, I forgot to mention in the last thing, because I'm recording this right after it. Dr. Stone totally stole the waking up from petrification 10,000 years later. If you don't know about Dr. Stone, it's this anime where the whole world is petrified and the main character wakes up after 10,000 years from petrification. Just like Zeeg. But instead of being evil, he's like, no, I want to rebuild society. Highly recommend it. Pretty good anime. If you're already kind of a fan of anime, it's definitely easier to hop into. It's not like a first beginner anime, I would say. I would recommend several others above that. But I don't think Dr. Stone actually stole the idea. It's not like super original, but I just wanted to make that joke. God damn it. Okay. Alright, let me check everybody's additions. So, in order to go where we need to go, you take a left, and and then you're going to go down one screen, down another, and then right here you're going to take a right. No, screw y'all. Then we see this is the screen you go up to get the healing breeze. You come to the right side, down, and then right here to the left is where that healing spring is. Here, you know what? We'll fight one of the mayflies. I said we're going to fight one of you. But these guys hit hard, and they also poison. Oh, dayflies. Cambria dayflies. But they don't have a lot of HP. They are also slow? I remember those giving me trouble as a kid. But yeah, so this is the transition screen between the first area and the second area. So once again, just to verbally go over it, from the cave 1 entrance with the save point, you go down, left, down, right, down, and then right to this screen. I'm doing my best to actually be a useful guide for those following along and that aren't just like watching the screen and then playing. They're trying to play along at the same time. I'm trying to do my job as a Let's Gamer and explain how to do something instead of, just being like, oh, watch the content. Hey, there we go. We stunned him. Nice. Okay. So, as soon as you get to the screen, take a right. Water! It's refreshing. I don't know why I'm giving Hashel a southern accent. The dude is not southern, but... You're no monster. We can rest now. What will the Winglies and Ilara know? Yes, I'm going to just look at this rock. It's very interesting. They should know the way we, or at least I, should take. So there's no need for you to come. Are you still saying that? Don't you understand it's no longer a problem for you alone? You just found out a couple of days ago, and now you think you can judge me? It's not as easy as pursuing one Wingly. You say it was easy? Don't be so conceited. Stop it. It won't lead us anywhere. Rose, nobody can understand the weight of fate you've carried. But we can at least lighten the burden for you. That's why we're going with you. If you have the strength to argue, we can keep going. There's no other way, is there? Okay, so you can come to this healing point and save right here. So, congratulations on making it to the first of the springs. Technically, there's two more. There's one more like this. All right, we're gonna save just for safety's reason. There's no super hard enemies here that I think can kill me. Okay. So, we're going to get the first item. I believe... No, okay. So we need to go around and to the right. Okay. So from here, you go up one, over one, down two, and then right over here, you get the Gladius, which is a weapon for Rose. And then if you fall in this pit, This, according to the map, is a recovery ball, which is worthless. So just to show y'all, man, garbage. Don't worry about it. However, if you come over here, you come back to the spring, so it's a quick shortcut. Heal up, even though I didn't find anything. Okay. The next item is, from here we're going to go north 1, left, and then up 2, if I'm reading this correctly, for a very important item. This is the only item I recommend, well, besides the Gladius. The Gladius and the Power Down are the only 2 items that I'm like, you have to get. There's a third item that I'm also going to add to the list of get this if you can, if you have the page, if you can. So just like other repeat items, this cuts the enemy's power in half. Super useful if you're having a hard time on bosses. It only lasts for 3 of their turns. So, excellent strategy. Throw a speed down on the boss first, and then on your next character, throw the power down on them. And because they're slowed, the amount of time that they are powered down is extended by that much. And if you really want to get into it, if you have a character who's just like a support character, have them throw a speed up and a power up on your hardest hitter against that boss, and you'll be doing quadruple damage. I think the way the math works out, because when you power the boss down, they take double damage from every source, and when you use a power up on a character, it doubles their stats, I believe. So you're effectively doing quadruple the amount of damage you would. So if they're weak to magic and you do this setup and give Maru just the most powerful magic item you have, you're gonna do a ton of damage. Like, you will trivialize the boss encounter for those 3 turns that they are weak. It's a lot of setup. It's not really worth it unless you really want to fully commit to it. However, I do recommend at least do the speed down, power down wombo combo, just if you're struggling with the boss. And if you're really struggling, do the whole setup. I use Maru just because magic is busted. You can do it on any character. You could give it to Kongol for shits and giggles and let him just bone crush the opponent into, well, powder. Alright, let's fight this sandworm who's just hovering in the air menacingly above us. Ah! I was prepared for you.
Die. More and more.
Oh, I think Rose's more and more is at maxed out now. Let's check. Go back to Arrakis. But before you do, give me some spice. Oh, also, sandworms drop spirit potions. Really good place to level up your Dragoons if you're like trying to get everybody to level 5. It's a pretty common drop. I think it's like a 20% drop. Might be 10%. I'm not, like I said, I'm a nerd about this game. I'm not that much of like a numbers nerd. If somebody knows, please let me know. I don't feel like going to the wiki and Googling it right now. Pause. All right. More and more hit 82. Excellent. So we're going to go to hard blade. I don't know of any soft blades, but you know, hey, probably a mistranslation. Although this edition is a little tricky, so they could be just doing a pun on words of like how hard it is to do the edition. Gust of Wind Dance just hit level 2, so we're getting closer. Miranda, I want to see how close she is to level 4 Dragoon. And I might, whoop, okay. Back to the starting point. Get this item. Oh, we're maxed out. Well, here we go. Oh, we're all full HP. Inventory. Is it? No. Is it inventory that I want to? Yeah, okay. Discard. I'll get rid of 2 body purifiers because we're kind of getting to the point where we're able to pretty successfully handle status effects. Sun Rhapsody. I'm probably also going... Oh wait, sorry, I was at the right spot. I'm probably also going to get rid of the magic healing items. Oh wait, nope, sorry. This is a hot take. It's not really a hot take. It's just kind of an opinion. All right, am I lost? Oh, whoops. I'm just stupid. Dragoons are not needed in this game. You can beat the entire game without going Dragoon once, except for where it makes you. And that's because by the end of the game, they're kind of outclassed by final editions and magic items. There's a super powerful magic item that you get pretty soon. All right, so from this screen, we go up, oops, to the, yeah. Hey, second scorpion, another scorpion variant. Oh no, that's just the regular scorpion. Or no, those were called scissor claws or scissor hands in the Barons in Disc 2. I always forget that. Why these aren't called scissor hands and the first ones are called scorpions, I don't know. Wow, I did that on the first go. While talking. That's impressive. And then I proceeded to absolutely fumble Albert's while trying to talk to y'all. That's probably Rose's like coolest looking edition. I prefer it more than her final edition. It's just it just serves because she's just like twisting and turning and stabbing from blind spots. I'm just like, yeah, nah. That's a cool edition. Gust of wind dance. All right, so we go up to the right, and then we go up one, up another, left one. You can see why there's a lot of enemies. And then this is an arrow that points you to the next one. Ah, we made it to the second checkpoint. Okay. So if you've made it to this, you're basically the end of the dungeon. So from here, we go north. Then we go left, north, right. Okay. And then north of us is the exit. Do not go north. I know you're tempted to. You're at the end. And I know I've made this dungeon look like Child's Play. That's because I kid you not, I have the map pulled up on the same screen I'm playing the game. Otherwise, without it, I would have taken about 5 episodes to get out of here. Because I just don't run this dungeon enough. It takes so long to get to that by the time I get here, I'm just like, I want out. But we're gonna get the last 2 items, and one of them really isn't worth it. The other one is absolutely worth it.
Die. Hard blade.
Oh, would you look at that? I think she hit Dragoon level 4. Time to replace her. Sorry, Miranda. You're awesome. I love you, but it's time for Maru. Oh no. Whew. Okay. So there's this item right here, which is just a regular healing potion. But this is the pit you want to fall into. And you can only fall into it from that corner. I don't think you can fall into it from the screen below because of some rocks. The Bandit's Shoes. So, we already know who's going to get it. Kongol. Kongol is now faster than Dart, faster than Hashel, and faster than Albert. He is now tied with Maru. Keep in mind, he is tied with base speed Maru. It takes Kongol 2 speed up items, 2, to make him as fast as Maru. That is how fast she is. Okay? So now Kongol is tied to be our fastest person. Well, second fastest, because Rose has the dancer shoe to make her a little faster. Otherwise, she'd be the slowest, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I just kind of like everybody going a little fast. All right, let me look at everybody's additions. I don't remember. Okay, Maru's on Hammer Spin. I think probably what's going to happen is we're going to keep this party for a little while because all 3 of them are on have their final edition capable of being unlocked. We'll probably get, we're definitely going to get Albert's first unless I just whiff that many and Rose catches up. And this is probably going to be the section of the game where I have Maru just in my party constantly. Sorry for the Maru haters. I get it. She's meant to be like this annoying child character, and I did not like her at first, but damn, just give her a try. I promise, she trivializes the game in a lot of aspects, especially if you get her Dragoon leveled up. So we're just gonna sit here and do a couple of fights. Probably gonna do we'll do 1 fight per screen between here and the exit. Or try to, at least. I might have to do 2 fights to, might have to do 2 fights on this screen because that Dayfly was right there on top of me. That's right, you were stunned. Oh wait, that's right, I never put Rose's Gladius on. Whoopsie! That was something I forgot to do. I'm sure somebody's already put in the comments, oh, Captain, you need to put the Gladius on. I'm not making fun of you, sorry. I don't know why my voice did that. I'm not making fun of my viewers, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, you were absolutely right. At the end of the episode, I'm gonna put it on. So thank y'all for looking out for me. Man, she just does it. What? Oh, she was gonna stun him, but it... Or no. Crap. I think... Can Rose stun and then Maru unstunned her? Let's find out. Okay. Equipment. Rose. Gladius. Instantly kills versus... So... Is it... Okay, no, Maru stunned. Oop. Whoopsie. Crap. The Partisan. So yeah, I guess I had hit double tap with... Alright, so here, just like before, you go north, left, then north. North until you can't anymore. Oh, I missed a fight on the last screen. We'll do an extra fight here.
Die. Hard blade.
Hammer spin.
Good lord, Maru. I know that doesn't seem impressive right now, but you gotta remember that edition is only level 1. Oh, wait, that's the plan. Find a second one because I skipped one. And whatever, these guys are easy enough. That is not a spiky beetle, that is a dung beetle. Rolling a ball of eyes. What eldritch horror does that thing have? Oh no, that... okay. Whoopsie.
Hammer spin.
Hammer spin! Alright, he's stunned. I believe he'll stay stunned until somebody hits him, so we're just not gonna hit him. How's that sound?
Die.
Alright.
Hammer spin.
Die. Hard blade.
Pocket sand. Alright. Okay. Good lord, 1,000 damage. Yeah. Alright, Albert hit level 32. Alright, continuing north. Alright, continuing north again. We'll get one more fight on this screen. For this record, I'm recording the previous episode, this episode, and probably the next 4 or 5 episodes all in one sitting. I'm off work today, so I'm going to try and make these episodes a little longer to cover more ground. And so I'm going to try and let them run like 35, 40 minutes. If y'all prefer like the little 25, 30 minute episodes that are, I'll go, you know, I'll do that. Just let me know. I know a lot of people are like, ooh, longer videos. You know, I don't want to watch a whole, 45 minutes. And 30 is a little bit more palatable. But I also know Legend of Dragoon fans, they're just like, give me more.
Hammer spin.
Nice. Okay. Go up one more time. And oh no, did I go the wrong way? I did. Oh, that took me all the way back to the first oasis. Wow. Told you. So I got lost. I got lost looking at the map. That tells you how little, how scatterbrained I am sometimes. Okay, the correct path. And we're gonna skip. So we go north from the first oasis. Take a right. And we go up. And we go left. And then up all the way to the second oasis. Okay, we're at the second oasis now. We're gonna go north. I don't know why I keep flip-flopping between north and up. We're gonna go up, left, up, right. And then finally, here's the exit. Whew. All right. We have made it out of the Death Frontier. Oh, lordy lord. Okay. That's where we're going to end this episode, because as soon as we enter the next town, nothing but story and a lot of content. And so I'm going to end it here real quick for this episode. Nice little 1-episode bundle of the Death Frontier. Highly recommend, if you're feeling low on levels, grind here, because disc 4 is where the difficulty in regular counters really seems to ramp up, at least in my opinion. You could argue like disc 3 is a big jump and spike, and I did say that, but like after you adjust to that, it doesn't get that much harder throughout the disc. Disc 4, it constantly, like every new dungeon is a little bit tougher than the last, and you can definitely feel it between the start of disc 4 and the end of disc 4. Like even at the end game, in the final dungeon, there are like regular enemies that can and will wipe your party. Mainly because they have a very high chance to inflict the stun status effect, and they can just infinitely stun your whole party until they are dead. But there's ways around that with like certain equipables, so it's payoff. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, like, comment down below. I do my best to respond to every single comment. If you really like what you're seeing, I'd love for you to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. We're already at like over a third of the way. If you have, after this game, I think I've got like, I'm going to go back and finish Digimon Storytime Stranger. And then I am going to start a new series. I'm not going to say what it is yet because I haven't locked it in. But if there's any other classic games that y'all would like to see me play, say it down in the comments, because there's a lot of classic games I haven't played. I know there's a couple that I'm definitely going to play in the future at some point. And if a couple people say, oh, we'd love for your playthrough of this game, and it was on my list, I'll probably just go ahead and bump it up to like front of the line for the most part. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.